Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. So happy you're here. Today, I want to talk about speaking up and why it matters, and how we can stop shrinking ourselves and actually start to embody that vocal expression that we use when we sing or speak or even talk to ourselves that really makes such a huge difference and how our whole life goes and how we can relate with ourselves, our voice, and everybody else in our lives better. So, I want to start off with an amazing story about one of my clients that I had a couple years ago. Her name is Laura, an amazing woman. She actually hired me to teach her daughter to sing, but her daughter was very shy and she didn't want to. And then she realized, well, I would love to take voice lessons. And she really wanted to, she was in the worship team at her church. And she really sometimes really wanted to ask the music director about her part but she knew he was super busy. And so she never spoke up. She never said, "Hey, I don't understand what I'm singing. What is the sound of this part?" And da da da, because it's a very big church. And through our coaching together and through her increasing her vocal skill by doing warm ups and doing exercises that are actually going to transform the way that you think about yourself and the worth that you think that you have. So if we don't feel like we deserve something, we're not going to act on it. And so she started to feel like she deserved to speak up and she deserved to go up to this music director and actually ask for clarity and say, "Hey, I don't understand what I'm singing. I'm not sure what's going on here." And she did. She finally did after a couple weeks of us working together. And she started to develop a relationship with him that really started to have trust in the relationship and communication and openness. And that is the foundation of every single relationship, especially the relationship with ourselves. So that's why it's so important to speak up and ask questions and ask for what we need and be clear with people about, "Hey, I'm having a challenging moment with this part of the song," or, "Hey, I'm having some doubt. I'm having some fear surrounding this part of the music. Can you help me with it?" That's going to change so much. And honestly, this is something that has happened in my life recently. If I take this back to what I've been experiencing lately, I had some things, somebody really kind of hurt me. Not kind of, this person really hurt me. And it was in a group of people. And I didn't speak up about it for like 2 months because I had just come into this community. I had just gotten around this group of friends. I didn't want to like rock the boat. I didn't really want to start drama. I wasn't super close with anybody in the community. But then it kept eating me up inside. And this is where I have learned over the years, especially in relationships, in friendships, in intimate relationships. If you don't speak your mind and if you don't actually have the bravery and the courage to say, "Hey, this hurt me," or, "Hey, that wasn't okay," then you're never going to feel good. And it's never going to be honest. Speaking up is all about honesty. It's all about truth. It's all about integrity. Because at the end of the day, it really is about the relationship that you have with yourself. And again, if you don't feel worthy, if you don't feel like you deserve to speak your mind, to be heard, to be seen, to be really, really seen and heard by somebody else, even if it's just yourself, that is the biggest gift in this world is living through your morals and your values and your standards. That completely changed my life when I started to really boss up and to mature into this person of like, "Hey, I stand for peace. I stand for truth. I stand for love. I stand for respect. And I really stand for honesty in my life." And not everybody does, or I'm not saying everybody that hurts you knows what they're doing. Sometimes they don't. But at the end of the day, I think people really do know, but they just haven't healed. And that is That is on them. It's not on you. What's on you is to use the power of your voice, the power of your mind, the power of you as somebody who is a God's child. I mean, that's really how I truthfully feel. We are children of the universe. We are children of God, goddess, right? This beautiful energy that has created us for a reason. And I love to remember, like, nobody has your voice. Nobody has my voice. Nobody has your voice. Nobody will ever have your voice. So let's use it. And really, life is shorter than you think. It's weird. Life is long and it's short at the same time. But I know, and I know for a fact, and this is one of my favorite quotes, those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. If people care about you and you speak up and they actually want to continue the relationship with you, but look at their patterns. You got to look deeper into this. This is getting a little granular. I understand that, but do you want to live a life that is honest, that is full of integrity, that is full of like amazing relationships? Then you're going to have some difficult conversations. But they become more difficult when we continue to wait and wait and wait and have more time and more thoughts, and we're thinking and we're thinking and we're thinking, and we can even make ourselves sick. I have experienced that. I have had alopecia because I was so stressed out for this relationship that was very toxic, very unhealthy. And I felt like I could fix this person, or I felt like if I loved them better, I have my own, toxic trauma, and it's like called trauma bonding. We don't have to get into that, but when we fall into a subconscious pattern with people who are not worth our time, that really don't care about us, they're giving us the bare minimum, the breadcrumbs, they're barely even respecting us. Terrible. I know, as a person that kind of identifies as an empath, I thankfully am not like that anymore. I actually recently started to really not even, sure, say it out loud to like somebody who I'm really close with, like my mom or something. Like, I know she's not going to go tell anybody this stuff, but like actually call these people who they are. Say they're stupid, say they're idiots, say they're rude, use profanity. That can actually really open up the throat chakra and activate your voice, as crazy as that sounds. Talking about the voice, I'm going to drink some water. Woo! The power of speaking up. Even if you like get a massage and you are feeling like you need more pressure or less, or maybe you need more because you asked for less and now she's doing it really light. Even that, like those little things, like the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Going to the store, somebody says, do you need a bag for that? You probably do, but no, I don't need a bag. Oh, you know what? I changed my mind. I do need a bag. Starting to really be honest with yourself, starting to really be honest with other people is going to change your voice. It will change your mind. It'll change everything about you, because that means you are starting to live in the frequency of authenticity. And when we are honest and authentic and true and joyous and free and speaking our minds and speaking our truth and living from a place of truth, life flows. I mean, but it doesn't mean bad things won't happen. It doesn't mean you're not going to make a mistake. It doesn't mean that you won't speak up sometimes and be like, damn, I really should have said that. It is a process. It's just like anything. You're never perfect at anything, but it's a practice. It's like going to the gym. It's like learning to drive a car. It's like learning to ride a bike. Yeah, it is challenging at first, and you're going to fall down, and you're going to have poor technique, and it's going to be weird, and you're going to be floppy or whatever. But then you're going to actually realize that you are worthy of speaking up. You are worthy of living your truth, your God's honest truth. You're worthy of having relationships that are based in respect, in open communication, in trustworthiness, in love, in truth, in truth and authenticity. When we walk around with these things and this heaviness, this feeling of, oh my God, I really need to tell that person something. Honestly, my rule is if I think about it twice, I need to do it. I can think about it once and say, okay, we don't want to come from a place of reaction. I definitely want to talk about this. This is such an important point. When we come from a place of truth, the best way we can express ourselves is from responding instead of reacting. Now, I do believe anger is a positive thing sometimes. It makes you move. It's better than being depressed. Depression is that energy of, like, I don't feel good or I'm not good enough. Or depression is like deep rest. That's what they say, depression, deep rest. Because we're faking it. I know at times that I felt depressed, I'm just faking it. I'm not being myself. I'm not really doing the things that I love. And the way to get up on that ladder of getting into a higher frequency is coming into that place of sometimes anger. Anger is okay. Anger is fantastic in a lot of ways. Like, I feel like people, I don't like, try and not be angry for a while. See how that goes for you. Be angry, own your anger, feel that anger within yourself before you take it out or express it to anybody else. Come to a place. I like to even take notes. If I'm going to have a difficult conversation with somebody, I feel like I need to slow down but I'm really excited about this point, but I just want to take a couple breaths here. Coming to a place of authenticity in your anger. Taking notes. Okay, I need to take a note of, I need to say these 3 things or these 5 things to this person so I don't forget. Because once you're in it, and this is one of my favorite quotes, it's by Mark Twain. He says, never argue with a stupid person because they will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. That's the same thing with like a narcissist. Never argue with a narcissist because they're going to drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. We got to be smart about this people, because they will. I've been there, and I feel like I've been on the phone with somebody and I'm like, hey, this is, sometimes you want to come with the end in mind when we're speaking up, we're speaking our truth of like, hey, I felt like this, or this made me feel this way. Like, just blurt it out. You don't, because when we go through like the whole thing of like, this is what happened, and now I feel this, it's just too much. So I just go right in. Hey, I felt disrespected. Hey, I felt like I need some support in this area. Hey, I really feel like we could be more close emotionally. I really feel like that. And then you back it up with things that you are feeling and saying. And I really feel like, remember, those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. Thank God. I grew up with very passionate parents. Both of my parents are Aries. They're very intense people, but super loving, as loving as they could be. But like, actually just allow yourself to be authentic. I am an intense person. I'm also super loving. I'm also super soft sometimes. And I can also be gentle, but like, naturally, I've got a lot of passion. I've got a lot of fire. And that is me. That might not be you. That might be you. But just like coming down to the nitty gritty and coming down to the baseline of, hey, I choose myself. Ding, 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 ding. Main point here, y'all. When we choose to speak up and speak our truth and come from a place of authentic expression, we are choosing ourselves. We are no longer choosing people who want us to shrink because it makes them more powerful or them more strong. We are not choosing people who disrespect us. We are not choosing people who don't believe in our dreams. or breadcrumb us all these like really super not healthy, pretty toxic traits. We're not choosing that. I'm choosing me every single time. And guess what? That is a muscle I had to freaking learn to do. I had to flex. I have had to flex this muscle for years. This has taken me years, like a long time to figure this out. And it's not, and I've also like gotten a lot of help along the way. I have an amazing counselor. I have an amazing therapist. Like she's totally changed my life. Like I would not be anywhere near the place that I am today. So find a coach, find a therapist, find a best friend who has that in her or him, who has that attitude that doesn't take disrespect. I don't take that anymore. Like I really don't. And we want to learn to have some tact, right? So if this is a person that I know, a little bit well, I will just say, hey, don't talk to me like that. Or, hey, that was disrespectful. Or, please don't say that. That's rude. Just call it like it is. And with people I don't really know, I do my best to use humor. Like this guy in the gym the other day, he's like, I'm wearing these little shorts, this little cute gym outfit. I'm doing for me. Remember, choose me. I'm not dressing for other people. I'm choosing, well, maybe for the hot guys, but he was not. He's this old man comes up to me. Oh, aren't you supposed to be wearing underwear with that? And I was like, "Brr." I really wanted to say like, oh, so you were looking, but like, and that's okay. That would have been a fine comment as long as it has some humor. But I think the first thing I said was, well, that's inappropriate. And then I joked with him and I was like, oh, is that like the line you use for women? Is that how you get girls? Like, is that how you get women? And he was like, oh, no. And he kind of shrinked away. And the other thing he said was like, oh, you were supposed to be like, it's like we have these ideas of how people are going to act or like they want us to act. And I was really proud of myself because in the past I had like this teacher tell me like you got to stand up and like make your boundaries, and every time I did it, it didn't really feel good because it was over the top. It was like, oh, don't say that to me, or oh my gosh, you're so rude, or like it was, to me it's just too much. And sure, there's a time and place to like have firmness. Absolutely, we want to always have firmness when we need to. And again, with people we don't really know, and even with, people we know well, have some humor with your comebacks, right? With them being like disrespectful or weird, or if they like touch you and you're like, "Ugh," you know? Say, "Oh, is that the way that you get women? Does that work?" Like, I didn't think so. So, I am just here telling you today, speak your truth, speak up, be loud, be proud, be yourself. Cause once you are and you decide, like, I'm no longer going to tolerate me shrinking down to make other people comfortable. That's not helping. I'm going to tell you this too. That's not helping them either. When we placate and we enable people who are, you know, unhealthy, toxic, rude, disrespectful, when we like people please them, that's not helping them at all. Come here, baby. Come here, Lilu. Come on. My dog wants to get on my lap. Come on, baby. Up, 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 up. Okay, fine. Whatever. Don't come up because she rolled around in something at the park that doesn't smell very good. So, here, let's talk more about this. I want to talk about your body and your body really telling you how you're feeling. Your emotions and your body is totally linked. And when we are lying to ourselves, we don't feel good. I don't. When I was lying to myself and I was keeping quiet and I wasn't speaking out about what had happened to me, and I just had so much anxiety, I didn't feel safe. I was like looking for this person who had done something to me. Like it was just weird. And eventually, when I did speak out, it was received kind of okay, but at the end of the day, I cannot control how other people react. And I think that's really important to understand and to know when we are going and we're speaking our truth and we're speaking our mind. How other people react is totally on them. That's a reflection of how much work they have done, how much they are like aware, and do they love themselves? Are they emotionally available? Are they emotionally mature? Or are they not? And then that, I think, is an amazing moment and point in the relationship to be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be friends. Maybe I should not be friends with this person because they don't respect me. They're not listening to me. They are laughing at my pain. They ghosted me. They love bombed me. Like, we don't want any of that. We want people in our lives who are going to take accountability, right? I want every single person in my life. You can't force them to do that. And if they're family members, work on that in a different way. But especially with like people that you're just getting to know, even somebody that you've known for years, if they don't have the emotional capacity and the emotional maturity to listen to you, to see your point of view, to have some empathy and some accountability. If you're like, hey, I felt disrespected in this moment, if they cannot see it and they cannot open it up and look at it from your point of view, you don't want that person in your life anyway. There are 8 billion plus people in this world. That, honestly, sometimes that's a good sign. When we're letting people go from our lives, that can be an extremely good sign of like, hey, honey, you're leveling up. You are getting better at everything in your life. I had a teacher, she calls it addition through subtraction or elevation through elimination. And that is when things just don't, things that used to work, people, places, things that used to make sense, used to work, they don't anymore. And okay, great. I really love the Lewis Hay quote. She goes, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. I'm going to say that again. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of the situation, only good will come, and I am safe. That is such a powerful affirmation, such a powerful thing to tell ourselves, because you've made it through 100% of the worst days you've ever had. You have overcome every weird, toxic, ugly, unhealthy, bad, like what in the world is happening situation in your life. You've done that. By the grace of God, by the grace of the universe and Pachamama, right? We are using all of these beautiful energies. The angels are helping us, right? Like everything that we are designed for is coming through us, and we all we need to do is to open up and to allow, not to force, to just allow and to say that to ourselves over and over and over and over again. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. Oh, let's just take a couple deep breaths here. So, taking away from this episode, you don't need to change who you are to make other people happy. I would love for you to improve and to speak up, improve the quality of your voice, improve that skill, that muscle of speaking up, asking for what you need, also celebrating other people. Like, thank you so much for doing that. We don't want to only be like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. You also want to say, hey, I do like that. I love when you compliment me. I love when you make dinner. I love when you clean up. I love when you tell me I'm beautiful. I love when you are there for me as the authentic, beautiful human, spiritual being that you are. I love it. And always remembering that you're safe, that God is on your side. Trust your body. Trust your body. If your body is feeling stuck and weird, go move, go for a walk, and have that conversation. I have made myself sick before. I was actually thinking about digging up some of these pictures. This was maybe about 5 years ago. I was in a very unhealthy, toxic relationship, and I really wanted to speak up and say, like, this is over, la di da di da. And I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't have the skill. I was so afraid. And my view is, if you're afraid to do it, you probably should do it, as long as it's not going to hurt somebody intensely or yourself. But if you are afraid to speak up, then you should do it. If you're afraid to say that thing to that person, go ahead. Go ahead. And what's the worst thing that can happen? They yell at you, they scream at you. Okay, tell them, okay, great. Thank you for showing me who you are. Bye-bye. Or they're going to take responsibility and be loving and kind. Then you're like, great. I can't wait to let's keep hanging out. Like, let's keep getting to know each other. So take it slow. Low and slow is the way to go. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And you are special, and you're important, and you are so much more worthy than you think to live your most amazing, expressive, embodied life. And I know you can do it. I know, no, you can. I do want to actually do like a little meditation right now before we end. And before I do the meditation, if you want to go deeper into this work of expressing yourself, using your voice in a more powerful way, actually training your vocals to be a better communicator, a better singer, living your life, living like an amazing life with your mind and your body and your voice, book a call with me. And we'll see if we're a good fit together. I'd love to work with you and help you ascend into the amazing person that I know that you are, the amazing soul that I know that you are. I'll put the link below. So just get into a comfortable position. Let us end this podcast with a meditation. Get into a comfortable position and start to focus on your breath. Now imagine that see yourself in your mind's eye, and imagine that you are living your most amazing dream life. You are living boldly. You are showing up fully, authentically. What does that look like? Where are you living? Where are you working? Are you traveling for work? Are you working at home? What's your career? What songs are you singing? What messages are you speaking to the world? How are you moving your body? Are you doing yoga? Are you dancing? Are you swimming? Are you canoeing? Are you biking? Are you having really delicious dinners with your family? Are you like on a solo trip? Who are you with? Where are you? And what are you doing? And I want you to breathe into this vision. Breathe into this amazing, glorious, gorgeous, beautiful, unstoppable, higher version of yourself, and know that they already exist. Actually visualize this person, visualize yourself, and I want you to ask yourself right now, what is one thing I can do today that will get me closer to living my dream life? Is it speak your truth? Might be. So listen to the answer. Love yourself. Trust yourself where you are. Honor yourself. Say thank you. Future self, say thank you. I am you. And you can talk to this version of yourself anytime, and you can come back to this vision at any time. Thank that person, thank yourself, and start to breathe deeply. And slowly come back to this moment. You can open your eyes if you like. Amazing. Thank you for this amazing podcast episode. Thank you for listening. And please follow me on social media. You can get my link tree down here. I have all my social medias connected on Instagram, TikTok. This is YouTube and Facebook. I do all of those. And again, if you want to work deeper with this work and you want to really embody that amazing person that I know that you are, let's just book a call. It's totally free. And I can tell you how we can work together. I absolutely love helping people get into a more embodied state, into a place where you can speak your mind, you can speak your truth. You are embodied in your art, you're singing your songs, you're using your voice in a more beautiful, healthy, loving, juicy way. I really enjoyed this episode. This was super fun for me. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can DM me at Allavie_ on Instagram or leave a comment in the YouTube. I hope you're having the best week ever. Remember, you're special. You're a superstar, and always choose yourself. No matter what anybody else says, you're fantastic. And I love you and I believe in you. Mwah! I'll see you next week. Okay. That was great. That's the best show I ever did. That was the best show I ever did.